The other thing that's important is that these trade groups and these trade organizations or professional organizations have a ton of power. These people or these companies, they come together, they put money together, they support candidates, they lobby bills, they get things passed that affect and impact your industry. This is something you want to be a part of. This is something that you want to have a say in, because it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the doors or behind the veil that we don't see that can control or have a major impact on our business and what we're trying to do. So why not be a part of that? What's good, y'all? It's Kenneth Stevens, and we're back with another episode of Grind Life. Today, I want to talk to you all about something that I think a lot of folks are sleeping on, and they're winding up losing a whole lot of money. And what I'm talking about is the importance of joining trade organizations and professional organizations, and then leveraging those into, revenue and sales. So I'm gonna tell you why joining these kind of organizations are so important. Whether it be a trade organization or like a professional organization, one, the amount of knowledge that you're getting from these organizations is just absolutely mind-blowing. There's conferences, there's all kind of things that are offered, there's resources, there's even relationships with other peers in your field, and you can leverage that to try and learn as much as you can from people, from their experiences. There's some things that you just won't learn in books. You can only learn through experiences, and by networking with other peers and talking to other peers, you get those experiences. So sometimes it's not all about sales. It's not all about making the money. It's about becoming a better professional or, a better tradesman or tradeswoman. If you're, in construction and you're in the trade, or like if you're in some kind of product manufacturing, or you're in tech, you may want to go to somebody and learn, okay, what did you do to get this, this angel investment, or how did it work for you? Or I got this pitch meeting coming up. What was something that, was kind of the deal breaker for you that maybe I can avoid? If you're in, a legal situation like with me, there's all kind of changes in the law constantly. And so you go and you can kind of learn from your peers how things have changed and what's been updated. So that's kind of the first benefit. And I think that, knowledge is power, not to be cliche, but, knowing more kind of can help you to make sales, right? So that's the first thing. You can learn a whole lot. The other thing that's important is that these trade groups and these trade organizations or professional organizations have a ton of power. These people or these companies, they come together, they put money together, they support candidates, they lobby bills, they get things passed that affect and impact your industry. This is something you want to be a part of. This is something that you want to have a say in, because it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the doors or behind the veil that we don't see that can control or have a major impact on our business and what we're trying to do. So why not be a part of that? When you hear things like, oh, there was a law passed that, restricts gas usage in this place or something like that. How do you think that happens? Everybody thinks it's just major corporations. Well, it's not the corporations individually, it's trade groups and trade organizations getting together and supporting certain bills and certain candidates. So that's something that I really think people sleep on, because it can help you out. Another thing that I think is really important that trade groups kind of give you the opportunity to do, they give you an opportunity to kind of show off your expertise and show off your work ethic and show off your organizational skills. How do you do it? You join committees, you be a part of boards. Anytime I've heard somebody say, oh, well, I joined my local, whatever the hell it is that they joined, and oh, I didn't get any business from it. If you ask them, okay, well, what did you do? What did you contribute to the organization? Oh, well, I went to the meetings and I went to some of the networking events and I passed out some cards and nothing came from it. You will almost never get business if you are not actively participating in the organization. You have to go not only go there and sell your business and sell yourself, you have to go there and make some kind of contribution to the organization. I'm not talking about a financial contribution. For me, yes, I am a part of legal, and lawyer organizations, and people sometimes say, oh, well, why are you even a part of those? Because y'all are all competing with each other, which is patently false, and I'll get to that in a minute. But even assuming that we were all, competing with one another, I get to go there. I get to be actively involved in you know, the organization. People get to see that I'm organized, that I'm an expert, I'm contributing, I'm speaking on different panels and different things of that nature. And people remember that. And let's say something comes up and they don't necessarily handle it, or maybe it's a little bit outside the realm of what they do. Who do they send that person to, or who do they send that client or that customer to? They send it to somebody that they trust, somebody that they know, and somebody that they've seen handle business. And you meet all of those check boxes because you were in the organization and you did good work and made contributions to the organization. So I tell you all, do not sleep on it. These are some of the benefits of it. And now, how do you get in there, or how do you leverage it, you know, so that you can get the business? Because it's one thing to join the organization, but then it's like, okay, well, you know, how do I actually, you know, become a part of these boards, and so on and so forth. Most of these organizations, you know, they have elections, and of course you got to kind of hobnob and play the game. So that's where your people skills come into play. If you aren't a people person and it's not your thing, then yep, you got to send somebody from the organization to play the game for you. Or it may be that you're too busy. If you're too busy, get a business development person, somebody that's all smiles and that can, you know, has a really great personality, and get them in there, let them build those relationships for you. And then when nominations come up, let people know, hey, you know, I'd be interested in being the treasurer of this organization, or I would be interested in serving on this committee. And when you get on that committee, do the work. Do not sleep on it. Do not, you know, disregard it. If you can't personally make it, send somebody in your place to the meetings, but definitely do the work, because that is how you will, you know, leverage it into getting business in the future. And, you know, when it comes to it, I would say don't always have the expectation of immediately getting business, because I think that's where a lot of people get hurt. You join these organizations and yeah, everybody kind of knows that's what you want. You know, you all kind of know that you want business, but I think that if you try to make your main priority, one, to learn, and two, to advance the profession or the industry as a whole, then I think you'll feel a lot more fulfilled, and then the business will come as a secondary result of all the work and stuff you've put in for the first two objectives. Anyway, I hope that this is helpful. Let me hear about some of the moves you all have made, you know, when joining different organizations, whether or not you found it helpful. I want to hear about it in the comments, and as always, keep grinding.